Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Cudgel here. Now today's video is on a very fun topic. Drunk driving. But not just normal drunk driving, teenage drunk driving. In my opinion, the most fun kind. Now today's story actually has to do with a drunk driving or DUI, driving under the influence, sort of drill at a high school. Now, I live in Texas, which I think enough said. I've never had to go to one of these. Drunk driving is a pastime here. But apparently in Ashland, Oregon, or Massachusetts, or maybe Virginia, or maybe even Ohio, there's a bunch of Ashlands, and this article I found doesn't say what Ashland it is. So just picture an American town, it's probably it. But apparently in Ashland, wherever, they went through one of these. And the fire department of Ashland, the police, the coroner's office, for some reason, and the sheriff's department all showed up to this high school to simulate and sort of show what it's like to get pulled over after a drunk driving crash. Why all of them were there, I don't know. Seriously, the fire department, the police, the coroner's office? Why are they there? I mean, isn't this supposed to be just like a show, you know, like a little fake crash, and then the police showing up like, "You had anything to drink tonight, sir?" So maybe there's just absolutely nothing going on in Ashland, Oregon, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Ohio. Enough to the point where literally the entirety, maybe even the mayor was there too. Maybe, actually it would make sense if he was the one getting pulled over. Or actually maybe it would make more sense if the mayor was the one who did this following action, wherein, while they were doing this simulation, an actual drunk driver, who from now on I'll just refer to as the Ashland mayor, drove into the parking lot of what seems like the school and got, this article says, inches away from the group of students. I don't know if this article is exaggerating here. I mean, we all know how people from Ashland, Oregon, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Ohio act. You know, they like to exaggerate things a little bit. Although, if they're inches away from hitting all these students, that's very close. I mean, I'm picturing just like a couple of feet here, but if they're actually just like a couple of inches away, what is this, Home Alone?
We don't need that kind
Don't tell me what to do, okay? I can do it if I want to. Hey, it's not sick. Hey, watch out!
But if they're actually just like a couple of inches away, that's so close. Now, as if this situation wasn't bad enough, the students then went all around this mayor's car, and he rolled down his window and began yelling at him. All the while, the stench of alcohol just flowed through the windows, enough where the students all around the car could smell it. Which at that point, it's just gotta be mentioned, this is literally the worst possible scenario. Like, drinking and driving is stupid enough, as it is, but, you know, when you're going through your head, when these people are going through their head, like, alright, what are the pros and cons here? Pro, I get to have a fun time. Con, I could be in a horrible accident. But this is even worse than a horrible accident. You sped into a school parking lot, nearly hit a whole bunch of students, and to make things even worse, the sheriff's department, the police, the fire department, and even the coroner is there. This is literally the worst possible spot to end up in while drinking and driving. The entirety of the town, half the town, is in this parking lot with you, including the coroner. The drunk driving mayor could have a heart attack right there, and the coroner's already right there like, let's get to cutting. I think coroners do autopsies, right? Get the scalpel and my badge. Yeah, that's right. The coroner is also the sheriff and the head of the police department and the fire chief. It's one person here. That's my headcanon now. It's not just a bunch of people from 4 different departments. It's just one guy who's the head of all of it. He's also the mayor. He's just improvising this all. But back to the story. This drunk driver, surrounded by students, realizes, oh, literally like the entire police force of this city is in the parking lot. That's not very good, and so he proceeds to rev up his car and try to speed off to get away from the coppers. And so while the sheriff tried to call up backup, this man is speeding to get out of the exit just to try and get away. I don't know why he thought that would work. There's cameras everywhere. They already have your license plate, but okay. A deputy blocked off the exit, and the drunk driver was apprehended. I like what the article also mentions here. The driver resisted officers as he was taken into custody. Gee, didn't see that one coming. Now, who was this driver, mayor, idiot, So many different adjectives to describe him. Well, he was 64 years old, and most importantly to tell his personality, the authorities found homemade booze in his car. Not any big brand or anything. Not that there's gonna be any good liquor in Ashland, Oregon, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Ohio. But I mean, come on, this guy's only 64. Is he really that old where he's prohibition style making homemade booze? It's just like the good old days. As for what he's being charged with, we don't quite know yet. Of course, some kind of, DWI thing, because he was obviously drinking while driving. Plus, he had booze in his car and stuff. They'll probably try to slap him with some endangerment of others charges and things, considering he nearly ran over a whole crowd of students. But yeah, that's just Ashland, Oregon, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Ohio for you. But that's going to do it for our story today. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, bye. Never go to Ashland.